Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Atta Samuel Lai, a level 300 student of University of Education, Winneba, studying history as my major program. So this moment I want to talk about radical feminism. Radical feminism. But before I talk about radical feminism, I want us to know what feminism is about. What feminism is about. So feminism is the social and political movement that seeks to advocate for the rights of women. Do you get it? So feminism is all about advocating for the rights of women. So now we want to move to what radical feminism is. We now know what feminism is. So let's move to radical feminism. So radical feminism is the perspective within
Please
feminism
don't touch me again.
that
I'm
seeks to
very tired.
understand and address the root cause of women's oppression. So radical feminists believe that the root cause of women oppression is patriarchy. And when we say patriarchy is simply means male dominance. Patriarchy simply means male dominance. So the radical feminist believes that the root cause of women oppression is male dominance. So therefore they seek to abolish male dominance. Now let's look at some key principles of radical feminism. One is abolition of patriarchy. Alright, so as I was saying, key principles of radical feminism. So the radical feminist, one of the key principles was they seek to abolish patriarchy. Alright, so the radical feminists believe that, as I said earlier, they believe that the cause root of women oppression is male dominance. So and the male dominance is a system where men hold the power and women are largely excluded. Therefore, they argue that they need to dismantle the entire system of male dominance to achieve true equality between genders. That is the abolition of patriarchy. The next one is focus on women autonomy. Focus on women autonomy. Radical feminism emphasizes the importance of women having control over their own bodies and lives. This includes advocating for reproductive rights such as access to contraception and abortion, and freedom from violence such as rape, sexual harassment, and domestic violence. So radical feminists, they focus on women autonomy. That is, they argued for women's rights on their own bodies. They argue that women should they can do whatever that they want to their own bodies, and also they have the reproductive rights such as the use of contraception and then abortion. They argue that they can do abortion whenever that they want, and also they can use contraception to protect themselves from maybe getting pregnant. Alright, so let's continue to another key principle was challenging gender roles. Challenging gender roles. Alright, so they strive to break down traditional roles and stereotypes assigned to men and women. Radical feminists advocate for a society where individuals can freely express themselves without being limited by gender expectations. So challenging the gender roles is that in societies where gender roles limit women to some specific responsibilities. In the olden days, I can say that women were not allowed to be enrolled in security personnel services. They see women to be inferior, so women were not allowed to participate in the security services such as the military, the immigration and police services. Women were not allowed to participate in such sections simply because they see women to be inferior. So radical feminists advocated for that right for women, that women shouldn't be limited, and even it was societies that determined the dresses that women should wear. Radical feminists seek to advocate that that notion should be cleared, that women can also wear what they want, they can choose to wear what they want, and that is not society that is to determine to them what they should wear. All right, so I want to talk about some of the critiques of radical feminism. So one of the critiques is focus on sexuality. So some critics believe that radical feminism places too much emphasis on issues related to sexuality, such as pornography and sexual violence, at the expense of other important issues like economic inequality and then political representations. So some of the critics believe that radical feminism solely focuses on sexual violence, or let's say sexuality, such as pornography. Some critics believe that radical feminism is often criticized for its perceived anti-male stance. So critics argue that framing men as the primary oppressors can create an adversarial relationship between genders and alienate potential allies. So some of the critics are saying that women shouldn't say that we're saying that women always criticize male dominance as their cause root of the oppression. So these critics are saying that women shouldn't criticize men as their cause root of oppression. I want to talk about some notable radical feminists. So we have here Shulamith Firestone. Is the author of The Dialect of Sex. Firestone was a key figure in the development of radical feminist theory. And we also have Andrea Dworkin, known for her outspoken views on pornography and sexual violence. And also we have Kate Millett, who is also the author of Sexual Politics. So this is what I want to talk or say about radical feminism.